Hello YouTube, this is Airguns Galore, back here with another BB gun video. As you can see, we're going to be shooting my Heckler and Koch MP5K. Going to be using some Copperhead BBs and some Crosman Co2s. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, is this gun fully automatic? No, my friend, it is semi-automatic. And if you aren't familiar with the term semi-automatic, that means as fast as you can pull the trigger every time, that's how fast the BBs will come out. It's a dropout magazine. Gotta pull that spring tension all the way down, then hold this little thing back here down, and it's gonna allow all the BBs to go in. And this gun, I believe, has a 40 round capacity, so you can fit 40 BBs into the magazine at one time. And for the CO2 it uses, you can get approximately 160 shots with every CO2 cartridge you use. So that's quite a good amount of shots you can get from one CO2. And yeah, this gun, from what I've just done, you can take it apart partially, and I'll find a better angle to get it taken apart at. But you can take the buttstock off, but I do not believe you can shoot with that off. I have not tried it yet. You can, the handle, the grip, I believe you can take that off. I'm not positive on that. And the muzzle brake, the muzzle guard, you can remove that piece. And yeah, the sights are adjustable. You can adjust the sights. They're just the regular iron sights. Adjustable rear sight and adjustable, not adjustable front sight, I believe, yeah. And that's my hunting knife right there. So to get the buttstock folded, I'm gonna have to do that a different part when I get a better angle. So let's get to it, folks. So here we've got our buttstock, which you gotta push up, which you can see there's the spring. All you have to do is push up on that spring and it'll fold back over here, so it turns into a pistol. Here's the safety. Safety is on both sides. Something I learned in hunter safety was red is dead, and that's one of the things I learned in that class. This gun is a blowback. Let me get the stock back. So you can see here, it's optional whenever you put a new magazine in. You can pull this back for the realism of it, but you don't need to pull that back for the new BB to be loaded in. But over here on the right hand side, you'll see when I pull that back, it opens up that. And let me just keep that open for you guys. And that is, if you don't have it held open up here and you have it slid back like that, then the gun is a blowback, because every time you shoot, it uses part of the CO2 you have in there, and it pushes this part back to to put in the new BB. So, like I was saying, it has the safety on both sides, so unsafe and safe. When it's safe, you can pull it back, there's no tension on the trigger, and nothing goes. And obviously you're not going to be able to shoot anything without the magazine in. And with it unsafe, you're able to shoot. You're able to see the little mechanism thing in there that lets the BBs go, I believe. So, disassemble this gun to get the CO2 in. There's a pin up here. You have to, you gotta fold your buttstock forward, and then you gotta push that little pin in. On my gun, it pops out. I don't believe there's either way it can pop out or it doesn't have to. Yeah, let's just set that to the side. And we open this up, and as you can see, you put the CO2 right up in there, and then there's a second pin you can push out that's right here. You can push that and pull that one, and that takes off the whole buttstock. And I have not checked it yet, but I'm pretty positive that you can shoot this gun with the buttstock taken off if you have both of the pins pushed in and if there's a CO2 in here. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I guess I'll have to test it, won't I? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, it's unsafe. And then up here, the reason I have my hunting knife out here is to help me out with this part. So there's another little pin right up here. We could take this pin out, and I need my hunting knife to get into that small spot. I don't know what's up with my English language today. And then you can push that through. And then here's the part that I'm gonna have you guys go and test. Is the grip removable on an Heckler and Koch MP5 BB gun? Because I really want to find out, because that would be pretty cool. We're having to hold it like this instead of having to use the grip. But you can take this pin out and you can put it back in, which I'm going to have to use my hunting knife for again, so I'll do that in the back. And then take the muzzle off. You simply twist it and it comes off. So there's a lot of possibilities, a lot of different combinations to have this gun. And just to put the muzzle brake back on, you stick that back on, and then just this little clip you have to push, or let's see, you have to push down on the grip and it's back on. So let me get this gun put back together, and I'm actually going to keep the buttstock off, but let's get to shooting. So here, I still have the buttstock off, but you're going to need the buttstock. Now that I think of it, you're going to need the buttstock on there so that you can have the CO2 in there and have it pushed down in there, unless you have super strength and have 8 arms and can push it in there while you're shooting. So let's go ahead and get these pins taken out, and then getting the buttstock back on. All you gotta do is have some fun. No, gotta get there's little holes on it, and that's for the pins to go in. So as you recall, when we took it out, we had it folded up like this. So put it in that way, and then let's see. For me, it's got to be folded up like this to get the bottom pin pushed in. And then it'll be just back to usual when you're putting the top pin back in. But here, putting the CO2 in, nothing fancy, just putting it in up there. Put the stock back up. You push that top pin back in, make sure that it goes in, and it didn't, and it should, and I don't know, let me get this fixed. Now that fixed, you gotta see, got the little twisty handle on the back, and twist that pressurizes the CO2, and almost ready to shoot. For loading the gun, like I said, I'm using my Copperhead BBs, and already have the spring tension pulled down. And when I'm done loading, gotta press that button on the bottom to release the tension so I'm able to shoot. So let me go ahead and load it, and I'll be back with you. Now, as you guys may have guessed, yes, loading 40 BBs into one magazine takes one hell of a lot of time. So I'm going to go ahead and just shoot about 20 of them showing the target, and then 20 of them showing how the gun shoots. So I'll get down to the target and show you guys how that's set up. Okay guys, so I just got a simple, I don't know what size wood that is, just a simple, basically a wood log. Got my hammer going and got a nail right there at the top. I got my target hung up on the BB, and here's a cardboard box I filled with let's see, old newspapers and magazines, and shredded another shredded up cardboard box. So, and living in Colorado, getting all the snow, you got to change your box every now and then because it gets ruined. So get the camera set up down here, and I'll get to shooting. So there's my target. I'll get down the gun and